How's it going, everyone? Thanks for tuning in to yet another episode. In today's episode, I will be fishing Boyd Lake, and for those of you that don't know, it's a pretty pressured lake in the sense of boating pressure. A lot of ski boats and wakeboard boats out there, and jet skis. So yeah, let's just go right into the video. So to kind of start things off, I started in the morning fishing these grass mats, or not really grass mats, but just overgrown vegetation. In the morning, there's not a lot of boat traffic and whatnot, so it's a great time to try fishing topwater, especially when it was as calm as it was. Topwater wasn't really panning out, so in this clip I switched to the spinnerbait. This is actually the first cast with the spinnerbait. I hooked into one initially, and you kind of see right there I lost him. From there, I didn't really get a lot of bites until like after kind of mid-morning, kind of more towards like almost closer to noon. I tried throwing all kinds of baits, like spinner baits, topwater, crankbaits, any kind of reaction, and the only success I had was flipping around cover with just plastic, so like Senkos and jigs and Texas rigged, craws and whatnot. Just trying to just find something, because I was fun fishing, but I was also kind of pre-fishing for a tournament that I might have potentially did, but I actually ended up not going to it, mainly because I couldn't get work off, and on top of that, like, it was just kind of pre-fishing kind of made me realize how tough it was going to be, so I didn't really want to bother with trying to get the time off for a tournament I didn't feel comfortable with. But yeah, like right here is like the only good fish that I caught the whole time. I caught maybe like one other, probably close to 2-pounder off camera. But other than that, I just caught a lot of kind of smaller fish. I thought this guy was a lot bigger than he really was, so I was trying to just play him off pretty good, but then I kind of realized, he wasn't too bad. But the problem was, like you're kind of seeing here, like there's quite a bit of waves from the wakeboard and ski boats, and I was trying to focus on just keep the boat in a good position, so I can land the fish, but also not get crashed right into the rocks, because that kind of sucked to take a rock right to your fiberglass. I had to take my time, and I had to get out, kind of out from where I was fishing, kind of out a bit, so I could also reset, going down the same bank, and not disturb anything that I was potentially going to fish next, or and on top of that, just so I could make sure I got the hook out of the fish, because he kind of swallowed it. But yeah, so I mean, pretty much for the most part, today was just kind of a tougher day, because like a lot of things didn't pan out. I think I still ended up catching about like 12 fish. Half of them I didn't film, mainly because it was just kind of they were dinks, and I just kind of, when you're just catching dinks and you're not really seeing any size at all, it's kind of a letdown, especially out there, because out there at Boyd there's some good fish out there. You can get into some big ones, but for the most part, I only got into the small ones. But that's fishing. Fishing, you don't always go out and whack them. If you did, you'd be better than like guys like KVD, because even KVD and Brandon Polnick and all those guys, they have bad days too. So it's but that's the point of fishing. It's you don't always have a home run day. But I mean, the thing is, it's always just good to get out. Like, it was a beautiful day. It was still a lot of fun, even though I didn't really catch a lot of size, which I was hoping I would. But overall, it was just a fun day, and it's just good to get out on the water and and enjoy fishing, enjoy the outdoors. So kind of like what I mentioned earlier, I kind of tried a lot of different things. Initially, I thought, the buzzbait and frog would work in the morning. I only got the one right away, which was at the beginning of the clip, on a buzzbait. After that, did not get anything on topwater, and then I was like, okay, let's try some other kind of reaction baits, like a spinnerbait or a crankbait, something that kind of works there typically, or just try to see if I can figure something else out, and didn't really catch them doing that. And even when I started flipping like the Senko and the jig and some beavers around, I didn't really catch them right away doing that either. I felt it was kind of junk fishing and just kind of a grind day. So there's not really any like tackle or anything I can really tell you guys in this episode. The only thing is, it's just there's days where you're gonna have to grind and just try to figure something out and piece it together. Like I said, I could really be like, oh, here's a weightless Senko. One of the things I caught him on. It wasn't like a pattern. Like, I caught them around cover where bass typically are. Largemouth will be around cover. So like you could see in the clips, I was throwing it around brush and docks and whatnot. And there's times where you can go up and down those particular docks especially and not get a single thing. Come back the next day or come back in a week, and that's where you're catching them. It's just that day just happened to be a grind, but it was still a fun day. And yeah, hopefully just keeping an open mind, which that's what I was trying to do after a lot of the reaction baits weren't working. Just having that open mind and trying something new just really helped me. But yeah, hopefully just kind of the goal for this episode is just keep an open mind and be ready for a grind, because sometimes even on your home lakes it'll sometimes be a grind. Thank you for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'd really appreciate all that. Yeah, hopefully I'll get through 2016, so I kind of stopped doing these recap stuff, unless you guys really like the recap kind of format. I personally want to try to do the vlog style, which a lot of the newer clips, especially from this last year, that's how I filmed them. So eventually when I get caught up, I'll have that, and honestly, I should, like I mentioned in a few other videos, I'll be catching up. I'm going pretty quickly through 2016, so I'm getting really close to starting the 2017 stuff. So just look out for that, and yeah, we'll see you next time. Tight lines.